Hosted by Matt Riches. $1 trillion tickers. $1 trillion tickers. Watch the market unfold. $1 trillion tickers. Turning data to gold. $1 trillion tickers. Watch the market. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Wherever you're tuning in from around the globe, peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Welcome to the $1 Trillion Tickers broadcast. I'm your host, Matt Riches. The market is about to close in a few minutes, and we had another record-setting day. SPX hit all-time highs. The Nasdaq 100 hit all-time highs. The Dow Jones hit all-time highs. So you know what that means. SPY hit all-time highs. QQQ hit all-time highs. But just underneath the surface, this was not a clean risk on everywhere. Bitcoin is down more than 6%. Ethereum is down more than 5%. Microsoft was down more than 4%. Apple has moved back into number 2 as the second most valuable company in the world, taking Google's spot. So today's check-in is about record highs, crypto weakness, leadership rotation, and what the market is really showing us beneath the surface. This show is for education and entertainment only. Always do your own research, but you can use this show as a foundation. Before we get into the charts, let's get into the mindset with our mantra. I deserve to be healthy. I deserve to be happy. I deserve the wealth that I'm building for me and my family. Riches and freedom, they come to our hands. I am the master of all I command. My learning is limitless. My earnings are too. The more I discover, the more I can do. The stock market is a machine of design, and I have the power to make that wealth mine. I am capable. I am skilled. I am bold. Blessings on the journey as the vision unfolds. All right, let's check out some of this data and see what's going on. SPX hit an all-time high at 8:20 a.m. The Nasdaq 100 hit an all-time high at 9:05 a.m. The Dow Jones hit an all-time high at 12:30 p.m. So from an index perspective, buyers are strong and continue to push higher. Today's not just about highs. The VIX bounced off the gap. The VIX is right now at 1580. So the VIX is very low, not a lot of volatility. We still pushing up. And then the fear and greed index, we have 57. So it's very close to neutral right now. So it's still a lot of room to run, it seems like. Okay. Bitcoin is down to 66,600. Ethereum is underneath 1900. That's a major divergence. The stocks are hitting major records, and crypto is selling off. All right. The JOLTS job openings came in way stronger than expected. So that tells us that the labor demand is strong. Normally, stronger labor can create some rate pressure concerns, but today the equity market still pushed higher. They said we ain't tripping on it. All right. Palantir is down 5%. GLW is up 13%. All right. All right, the market's about to close in 10 seconds. So let's wait for that, y'all. Market is closed. The market is closed June 2nd, 2026, Tuesday, 1 p.m. The market is closed, y'all. What a wonderful day it's been. All right, so let's check out SPY, QQQ, and our $1 trillion tickers, and let's see where price has closed. As you can see, we hit that all-time high. This is a 15-minute chart, so we hit that all-time high at 8:15. We did close at 759.57, up 0.14% on SPY. QQQ. It did break the all-time high in the last candle, and then end up closing up 0.45% at 746.11. The VIX is at 1851. Nvidia closed down 0.69% at $222.82. Google sold off hard today, and it's in the gap, as you can see. It's down 3.86%. It closed at 361.85. Apple, man, I missed this Apple trade, y'all. I missed this Apple trade. This was it, too. This is a phenomenal trade. I was just looking at too much stuff, second guessing. I had the Discord going. I think tomorrow I'm going to turn off the Discord till after I make one trade. And then I'll turn the Discord on because it was just too much noise, too much distractions. This was a phenomenal trade, man. Look, this is where the 9 EMA crossed the VWAP. I would have got in right here. Well, on a 5-minute chart. Let me pull it up on a 5. It crossed right here, y'all. So this would have been the entry. 309.34. Now it did pull back, but it didn't close underneath the 9. So if I stuck to the rules, it went down to 309.26. That's just about break even, and then it took off. And then it rolled the 9 this whole way. And then this would have been the exit, closing at the 9. Ooh, yeah, I missed that trade, y'all. I missed that trade. So no trade today. But I do like to see that my trading setup would have worked. That's what I like to see. More evidence on that. Okay, so Apple closed up 2.9%. Hit an all-time high today. The new all-time high is 315.45. It ended up closing at 315.20. Microsoft sold off hard. As soon as the market opened, it came up and rejected this gap up above at 453.50. And then it ended up closing at 441.31, down over 4%. Amazon down 1.8%. to 256.52. TSM was up 2.5% at 446.69. AVGO was up 4.7%. AVGO was the leader today of the $1 trillion tickers. It ended up closing at 481.57. Meta sold off today. It ran up until about 8 o'clock and it sold off ever since, and ended up closing almost at the ORB, about at the ORB to the downside, and ended up closing underneath 600, down almost 0.5% at 597.63. Tesla finished strong, up almost 2% at 423.74. MU is up 2.7% at 1,000. It closed at 1,064. Berkshire B closed up 0.25% at 471.51. All right, let's check out some of the sectors and see how the sectors did today. So tech was up 1.25%. Consumer discretionary is down 0.5%. Communications was down 1.76%. Energy was up 1.1%. Financials was barely over break even. Healthcare sector was down almost 1%. Consumer staples was down almost 0.25%. Utilities was the winner out of the sectors today. It was up 1.8%. Industrials was up a little over 1%. Materials was up 1.1%. And the real estate sector ETF was up 0.5%. Let's check out some of these ETFs we like to check out on the show. So we have IWM. This is the Russell 2000. It was up almost 1% today. SPYM was up 0.1% today. QQQM was up almost 0.5%. SPYG was down 0.1%. SOXQ was up 5.9%, y'all. Ooh, ETF moving 5%. TQQQs was up 1.3%. SOXL was up 17.3%. Wow, SOXL 266.32. Just incredibly phenomenal, y'all. SMH up 4%. SOXX up 5.7%. XLG down 0.2%. The IVES 30 down over 0.75%. SPYI up 0.1%. QQQI up 0.3%. And moving in the aftermarket. All right, let's check out some of these other tickers and see how they did today. SPX looks like it's headed back toward all-time highs. It's about $3 away. The NAS 100 just broke all-time highs after the market closed today. The Dow Jones is at all-time highs right now. I mean, it broke all-time highs at 12:45, the 12:45 candle. So it's about $16 away from the all-time highs. The VIX is very close to the gap again. The VIX is at 1575. The 10-year Treasury note is at 4.46%. Gold is barely over break even at $4,488 an ounce. The gold mini shares is up 0.15%. AMD was up 2.24% today. Bitcoin is down 5% at 67,250. IBIT was down 6%. Ethereum is down 4.5%. BMNR is under 18 now. Palantir was down over 5%. Robinhood was down 2.8%. GLW was up 13.4%. It closed at $200, y'all. SanDisk down 2.5% it closed at $17,016. MU was up 2.7%, closed at $1,064. Western Digital was up 3% today. Seagate Technology was up 0.5%. DRAM was up 2.3%, closed at $69.57. CoreWeave down 4.4%. And Nevi is down 1.5%, y'all. Let's check out the heat map. See what we got. Ooh, see a lot of red on this thing. See a lot of green down here in technology. See a lot of green in producer manufacturing. See a lot of red in healthcare. Red in retail. Technology services, red, that's software. A lot of red in software. A lot of red in healthcare, transportation. Yeah. All right, let's check out some news. Okay, I thought this was interesting. So, short seller Andrew Leff was convicted of securities fraud for publicly posting about companies and then quietly making his own trades that didn't match his recommendations or predictions. The jury found him guilty of the top count of engaging in securities fraud, a securities fraud scheme, and then 12 of 16 other counts related to specific trades. acquitting him of 4 counts. He faces a maximum of 25 years in federal prison, though his sentence is likely to be lower. Prosecutors accuse Left of misleading retail investors and hurting companies by publicly predicting a target price, leading his followers to make trades and then closing his own position at a different price after the market started to move. Ooh, some people get caught for insider trading, y'all, and scheming, y'all. Securities fraud. While Trump get away with it, some people get arrested. Well, that's in that same lane as insider trading. Okay, next, in the past 24 hours, 196,530 traders in crypto were liquidated, with the total liquidations coming in at 1.23 billion. Ooh, yeah, with this Bitcoin sell-off, y'all. Okay, I got a quick clip from about Marvell. Yeah, Marvell went crazy. Let me pull Marvell up on the screen while we talk about them. Well, I'll play this clip actually. So it's the daily chart right here. I could take it off the hollow candles right now. Hosted by Matt and Richards. As you can see, Marvell gapped up, and it was up 32% today. So I just want to show y'all that. This is a 30-minute chart right
here. Transition from Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang named Marvell Technology as the next potential $1 trillion chipmaker in Taipei. The growth is driven by a massive transition from traditional copper interconnects to high-speed optical networking. Despite the massive AI tailwinds, the Seeking Alpha quant rating for Marvell is currently a hold. While momentum scores a top grade of A+, an F-grade valuation signals near-term risk for investors. Nvidia CEO.
So, yesterday, Jensen Huang, Nvidia CEO, said Marvell is going to be the next $1 trillion ticker. Right now, it's currently under 200 billion. Maybe it went to 200 billion today with this 33% move to the upside. But it's still very, very far away from $1 trillion. Not even half, not even a quarter trillion. But he said that's going to be the next $1 trillion ticker, and that's why it ran today. Thought that was pretty dope. Next, AMD, y'all. AMD is up 150% since late March. Man. Let's pull up AMD on the chart. AMD had a good day today. Here go late March, y'all. March 31st. AMD was at 209. Excuse me, 202. And today, it closed at 521. Wow. Phenomenal. Shout out Lisa Su, man. Y'all know that's Jensen's cousin, right? The CEO of AMD is cousins with the CEO of Nvidia. That's pretty dope. I thought this was interesting. Trump signs an AI executive order asking companies to give the government early access to AI models. He said we're going to need that. We're going to need access to them models, man. I thought that was interesting. Next, I got a quick clip from Scott Bessent. So not only are they going to war in Iraq, look what else they doing.
Scott Bessent says U.S. sees roughly $1 billion in Iranian crypto as regime nears end of their tether. No pun intended. Stable coins.
The U.S. sees roughly $1 billion in Iranian crypto. So not only are they over there starting war, they over there robbing them too. Just like they robbed Venezuela for Bitcoin, allegedly. Man, this is crazy, y'all. America be talking all this, but they the biggest crooks, y'all. America's the biggest crooks, y'all. Sheesh. You go around the world robbing everybody. And try to talk about morality. Get the hell out of here. All right, next. The global stock market is now worth more than $150 trillion for the first time ever. In the United States, stock market currently represents more than half, a little more than half, of the total market cap of the global stock market, y'all. The U.S. is worth about $78 trillion, and the world stock market just crossed $150 trillion. So just to put it in perspective, in 1975, the global market cap for the stock market was $1 trillion, and today it's $150 trillion. And to also put in perspective, the United States is the leader with 78 trillion, and China is in second place with 11 trillion. So it's not even close, y'all. It's not even close. All right, next. I thought this was pretty funny. So Ryanair CEO Michael O'Leary, he said, drunk passengers are causing trouble and have become a real challenge for all airlines. Shout out Southwest, man. Shout out my people at Southwest, yo. Next, Microsoft. Microsoft has released 7 new models launching at Build. Reasoning, code, imagine, transcribe, and voice. Build from scratch on a clean data lineage, designed for efficiency, working seamlessly as a family of models. So we have MAI Image 2.5, MAI Image 2.5 Flash, MAI Transcribe 1.5, MAI Thinking 1, MAI Voice 2, MAI Voice 2 Flash, and MAI Code 1 Flash, y'all. They just dropped a bunch of new products. But it didn't help none because it was down 4% today. So should you buy the dip? I don't know. All right. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. I think that's it for today.
Hosted by Matt Richards. $1 million tickets. Watch the market unfold.